If I wasn't in the broadcast field, I would 100% be in the fashion industry. I actually used to work at Nordstrom back in college, and it's still one of my favorite gigs of all time. And today, we're back, baby. New Day Northwest starts right now.
It's a new day.
Now from the Nordstrom in downtown Seattle, this is a special presentation of New Day Northwest.
It's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to this very special episode of New Day, coming to you this morning from Nordstrom's flagship store in downtown Seattle. I'm Kelly Hansen. We're going to have a fabulous morning for you today, covering beauty, fashion, food, gifting, and even a little history of this iconic Seattle building. Nordstrom is one of the Emerald City's most beloved institutions, but Team New Day also loves it as well, and for good reason. So before we get the show started today, my executive producer Joseph is joining me. Oh my gosh, I love that we're here today.
Oh my gosh, right? This is so exciting to be here.
And it feels like kind of coming home for me a little bit.
You used to work at Nordstrom in college, right?
Yes, so I worked in the kids department and the little boys. I actually have two little brothers, so
cute.
it was really fun to...
Did you have fun working here?
Oh my gosh, I had so much fun.
How could you not, right?
I don't think I was the best salesperson.
Well,
didn't really care too much about that. I was more just into putting the outfits together, so there's that.
Yeah, and
you have a special connection,
I do.
right?
My grandma worked for Nordstrom for more than 20 years in alterations in their Spokane store, and so I have really fond memories when I was little going to visit her. And then, once I got older, like in high school, into clothes, talking to her about making my clothes fit right and all that stuff. So it was just really, really fun memories of Nordstrom for me.
I bet she was really big then on everything being tailored and fitting you right. Okay.
Always got fun gifts from Nordstrom for Christmas, all that stuff,
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
So talk to me about just feeling empowered, what you love to wear to here at Nordstrom.
I just feel like clothes can give you so much confidence, right? Especially when you come in a beautiful store like this, you can see all these options, you feel so inspired, and maybe you can't buy all of them, but it gives you a lot of ideas of what you could possibly wear,
Definitely. I love a statement shoe. I love a hat. I feel like that's part of my
statement outfit. You look great today.
Oh, so do you, Joseph.
All right.
I love it. Thank you so much for having this little chat with me while we get this fun day started.
Let's get started.
We're starting off today at the Nordstrom Beauty Counter because summer is right around the corner, and lucky for me, we have the Nordstrom Beauty Director, Autumn West, here, and you're going to show me beauty trends that are perfect for summer.
Yes, exactly.
We
love a season change because we got to change things up. So
absolutely.
Yes.
And we're starting off strong with something that I think everyone thinks about, which is your SPF.
Yes.
So what do we have here?
So SPF, and there's a lot of choices, but today we have Augustinus Bader. So if you're someone that's into skincare and you want your skincare and your SPF to be together, this is it. This is luxury SPF. It's mineral based. So it is fantastic. Mineral based just means it reflects the UV rays.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, what does that mean? Okay.
You can always look it up on the internet, you never know. Okay, but I have to say my favorite super group, so here's the thing, it's called Everyday Lotion because you can use it head to toe, your face, your body. It's safe for kids, it's water resistant, so this is your family's go-to SPF product. It is awesome.
love this. I've used this, and I'm absolutely obsessed with the consistency here.
This is your go-along one, but they sell it in a jug with a pump. So you can get the whole family ready and SPF and protected, ready to go.
And I'm looking at the last one that has a little shimmer in it, right?
So,
what's happening?
Hey, our SPF can be fun and glowy and moisturizing. So Kapari makes it super pretty. So it's SPF, it's still water resistant, but it's got a little bit of an oil sheen to it. I'm gonna spray some.
Ooh.
And it smells, you guys.
That smells divine.
Yeah.
What?
Vacation in a bottle. I feel like
it is.
Coconut oranges. Yes. It smells like maybe a Mai Tai. This smells really good.
A Mai Tai, an expensive Mai Tai.
Yeah.
I like that.
But protection can be fun. But yes, SPF every day. Go for it.
Amazing.
Yes.
And we're moving right along to your skin, but better.
Yeah, so in the summer, here's the thing. Not everyone likes to wear foundation, but if you do, there's some great alternatives during the summer that are lighter weight. So Laura Mercier, they are known for tinted moisturizers. This also has a little SPF in it, so it's really easy. You can just rub it on your hands and put it all over. I personally am obsessed with the MAC Strobe Dewy Tint. This is gonna give you that vacation glow. We all think we look a little bit better with the tan. This is gonna kind of give you that glowy skin, but it's not heavy and gives a little bit of coverage.
Ooh, I like the dewy look.
I mean, it's in the name. It's a little bit of a tint, so it's really forgiving. So it's really easy to find your match. And then for those that are I don't like liquids, I'm using all this SPF, but I want something, Hourglass Ambient Powder. These powders can give you a blurring effect. So you can use it like a little bit under the eyes. You can use it as a highlight and a warm tone. Now I will say about this comes in multiple shades. We're showing the lighter version today, but this comes in multiple tone ranges. So there's a dark one. So there's a trio for everybody.
Oh my gosh, I need that in my life.
Yes.
This is all amazing.
And then last but not least though, Lancome has a serum foundation. So again, that skincare lover, I don't want something heavy. It's summer, but I still want coverage. Best of both worlds. And you can use these alone, but you can also use your SPF as a primer.
Okay, bada bing, bada boom. We're moving right along to lips now, right?
Okay, yes, because summer, we're staying hydrated, we're drinking water, but we also want our lips to look hydrated, so you can have fun with color and hydration. It's all about the plump pout this season.
It really is.
Yes. So the Outset, they have a new hydrating like lip balm. I'm gonna pull this one out. A hydrating lip balm. These are exclusive to Nordstrom, so you can't get them anywhere else. But for that person that just wants a little bit of hydration, but you want some shine on your lips, and there's tints. So there's about 5 different shades you can choose from, but this has like hyaluronic acid, squalane, so it helps keep moisture on your lips.
And that's so important in these warmer like months to, not have that chapped. No one wants that chapped look, obviously.
MAC also just came out with, they've updated their lip gloss. It's called Lip Gloss Air because it feels like air on the lips. I'm wearing a little hint of the red one today, so they're super sheer. You can layer it for brightness.
Looking fabulous.
But looking very juicy. So again, like gloss, summer it's all about like hydrated lips, nothing heavy. However, for those that still like a lipstick, but you don't want it to look heavy, we love Westman Atelier because she has these suede matte, but they feel like velvet. So they still have a little bit of a sheen.
Wow.
It's like a soft matte finish. So if you're someone that's like, I still want color on my lips, but I don't want it to be heavy because it's summer, this is the one to go.
Oh my gosh, so many things. I need all of these. My birthday is coming up, okay? And now next we have summer scents,
so last but not
right?
least, listen, summer, everything's light and fresh, so I recommend going for body mist and hair mist. There's an array of choices. I love this one. It's limited edition from Diptyque. Ilio is Greek, means sun in Greek. So it's a really light, fresh scent, so you can like spray it like a mist all over.
All over.
All over, head to toe. If you're like a classic person, you just want like a summer fragrance, Nectarine Honey Blossom. If you liked that Kapari,
I love.
you're gonna smell that. You're gonna love this.
Please.
Nice and sweet and summery.
That's so light too. It's not overpowering
Not
at
at
all.
all.
That's beautiful. What else do we have
and
over
Salt
there?
and Stone, it's a natural brand, but also this is a body mist. So body mists tend to be like water-based. They're very light, so they don't feel or smell heavy. So you just feel like really fresh and airy, which I think is a great summer scent transition.
Definitely.
And then, hey, a lot of people, I don't know about you, like the smell of their hair products.
I do. When you get your hair done, it's like the best ever.
So Moroccan Oil has a signature scent in their hair oil that people use, and they've put it in a hair and body mist, so you can kind of like extend that scent as well.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect for the summer.
So perfect. And what if you need more like one-on-one help to figure things
we're
out?
always here to help. We have beauty experts, beauty stylists at Nordstrom. You can go online and book an appointment. You can tell them if you want a makeup or skincare focused or all the things, and they can help navigate that for you. Bring in your makeup bag. They'll help you clean it out.
And you have in-store beauty events as well, too.
Oh my gosh, we have a calendar event, so you definitely have to check it out because every month we have something fun and different going on for the season. We bring in extra brand experts, there's extra gifts, so there's always something fun to check out.
Oh my gosh, what do you love about working at Nordstrom?
Oh my gosh, what do I not love?
I mean, all of these products walking around, it's just like the best.
I love working at Nordstrom. Honestly, it's the people, and I started on the sales floor, so for me it was always like the product and the customers. I've been with Nordstrom for 20 years.
20 years?
I started as a makeup artist, and now I have this amazing job, but like, it's the culture, it's the family, and I just love it so much.
Do you have any, I'm sure these are all your favorite brands, but if you had to pick any faves, I know.
Out of what we showed today, I feel like I'm like so biased. I love that Kapari because I love an oil. I mean, I probably own all of these lip products, so there's
Which
like 10
is so
products in my bag.
Actually are like trying them.
Yes, I love them.
And you can report back what you enjoy and like.
And I'm always changing it up, but if I had to pick a favorite, that Jo Malone. It just smells so good.
I know. And the hair mist, so that is just to make, does it hydrate? Like, I know, can we try it?
It's like adds a little bit of sheen, but it also smells good. So it's like a leave-in conditioner, hair mist, and scent all in one. Here's what I like to think about a hair mist. Like when someone goes in for the hug or the kiss, they're getting a little hint, a little scent, yeah.
How do you describe the overall vibe too of being here at the flagship store? Like downtown Seattle is just so iconic, and the store is stunning.
Oh, I feel like that's like a trick question because it just like, I don't want to say we take it for granted, but getting to be here every day in the flagship, you feel so lucky. It's all these different floors, a different product. I mean, again, it's the people. There's people who I shop from who've probably known me my whole life. It feels like when I see them and I I have my favorite like food choice at the restaurant. Like I have a favorite salad that I get. I have a favorite e-bar drink. So I love the whole experience. It's like a vibe.
It really is.
Yeah.
Autumn, thank you so much. I love chatting with you and hearing about all your fave products.
Thank you for having me.
We're just getting started at the Nordstrom flagship store in downtown Seattle. Coming up next, we're going to have summer essential styling tips with one of Nordstrom's personal stylists. Also ahead, we're talking festival fashion and fragrance faux pas with my ever so stylish Hot Topics panel. But up next, Nordstrom got its start in 1901 and for the next 60 years sold only one item, shoes. Historian Felix Bunnell shares the history behind both the company and this building that we're standing in. Welcome back to our special edition of New Day here at Nordstrom. And it all started right near here, actually. And so to talk about the history, we bring in historian Felix Bunnell. Thank you for being here.
Wonderful to be here.
Okay, so take us back. It all started with two men and a pair of shoes.
Well, there's just one shoe to start.
Okay.
No, just kidding. You have to go back to the gold rush in the 1890s. A Swedish immigrant named John Nordstrom. That name might sound familiar to you.
It does, it does.
He went to Alaska, to the Klondike, brought back $13,000 in 1897, which now would be like closer to $500,000. He and a business partner, Carl Wallen, got together, created Wallen and Nordstrom, and sold only shoes in a little shop at 4th and Pike, just around the corner from here. Didn't open their second store till the early 20s up in the U District. But then they became this retail giant now that everybody knows and loves here from Seattle.
We really do love it. I used to work here. I absolutely am a fan. And the first store opened close by to here, right?
Yeah, and it was just shoes. It was Nordstrom
Okay.
and Wallen, just shoes. And then the next generation of Nordstrom family came in. Carl Wallen retired, and they decided to expand. In 1963, they bought a little Seattle chain called Best's Apparel. And for a while, it was called Nordstrom Best, the way they combine names like that. And then throughout the 60s and 70s, they expanded and sold clothes, expanded along the West Coast, up into Alaska eventually, and became this sort of trademark with their customer service, kind of became second to none, really. And I learned sort of mythology. I was living on the East Coast back in the late 80s, and I went to a training at this grocery store, and they said, okay, there's this store in Seattle where they have really incredible customer service. I knew right away they were talking about Nordstrom. This is before Nordstrom was national. And they said a customer brought some snow tires back, and they took them, even though the store doesn't sell snow tires. It was like a punchline, because if you're at this little training at the store in Boston, you don't know that Nordstrom doesn't sell snow tires. And the premise was they'd bought a chain in Alaska, customer brought his snow tires back, he'd bought at that store. They valued him so much as a customer, they of course took the snow tires back. And that's how Nordstrom becomes part of mythology. Again, even before the internet, this story is spreading all over the world. The fact that this little grocery store chain in Boston, 3,000 miles away, knows all about the snow tires, that blew me away as a Seattle resident who'd grown up with Nordstrom and now knew it was this national thing.
Definitely. And by the 1980s, like we're talking about, Nordstrom had expanded, and because of this high rate of customer service, like you were talking about, and part of the American mythology. And so what do you think are some of the most iconic parts of Nordstrom here?
Well, the fact that they took this old flagship store from the old Frederick and Nelson department store and became the Nordstrom's flagship back in 1998 is this incredible high watermark, because this location, people have been coming here to buy stuff since 1918 when this store was built, and there are all sorts of big department stores around Seattle. So it made perfect sense that after Frederick and Nelson closed down, Nordstrom could expand into this incredible location and offer all these different products and services in a place that people have been shopping in literally for more than 100 years now. It's really an incredible sort of combination of sense of place, this incredible customer service. Seattle's known for its customer service. All these businesses from Seattle, but it all traces back to Nordstrom establishing this sort of gold standard for how you treat the customer. And it's really, people in other cities don't realize, and we here in Seattle sort of take it for granted, but we've been spoiled for decades because of that approach.
Absolutely. And I want to talk about, too, one of the most iconic things, I think, at Nordstrom, the Nordstrom Santa.
Yeah, the Santa in the window at the holiday season, you can't miss. Even if you don't have kids, even if you don't believe in Santa, you go and see that because it's just the best thing to do.
Yeah.
And Santa's been in that window when it was Frederick and Nelson, going back to the 1930s. And Santa photos to sell, take a picture of Santa with a kid, that was invented right here on this first floor of this building. So it makes perfect sense from a tradition standpoint and a history standpoint for Nordstrom to be carrying on the tradition of the downtown Seattle Santa Claus from this gorgeous 1918 structure that Nordstrom has made their very own. I doubt many people wandering around now know this is the old Fredericks. But if you look at old pictures of Frederick and Nelson, they've paid tribute to it, but brought it forward and made it their own.
And I heard the display could get a little crazy, right?
Oh,
with
they'd
the
have
Santa?
live seals, they'd have live puppet shows,
What?
they'd have all sorts of stuff. And like they would reveal them the day after Thanksgiving. And so everyone would drive down because there's nothing else going on, right? You go after Thanksgiving dinner, you drive downtown and watch the new windows being unveiled at the biggest department store in town.
Gosh, so amazing. And history is all about connections and memories. So what role does Nordstrom play for us, would you say?
Obviously, humans are social animals, right? And there's online shopping, which of course Nordstrom has a website. Everyone has a website. But there's no substitute for when you walk in that door and you get that smell of that perfume or whatever it is, that magical scent that they pump in there. You know you're in Nordstrom. You hear the cash registers, not ringing like bells anymore, but there's all these sort of sights and sounds. You see your friends and neighbors. You know you're in this part of Seattle that's always been a heart of the retail core. And the fact it's being carried on now in a very strange and interesting time for retail and for shopping and for commerce and trade in general, there's something that's very comforting about it. And as humans, we love that. And as people from Seattle who know Nordstrom as his hometown favorite, we love it even more.
Gosh, thank you so much for being here today. We so appreciate it. And from history to food, we actually get to try some of my favorite items at the Nordstrom Grill. And this takes me back with memories with my grandma, so stay tuned. Welcome back. It's time for a little lunch break, and I love eating at the Nordstrom Cafe after a little shopping, before or after. You could do both. So producer Susie is here with me now to talk about some of our favorites. And this really takes us back, right?
Absolutely, we share this nostalgia
Yes.
together. For me, it was about ladies who lunch.
Oh, I like that.
This is where I went after our kids started school, the first day of school every year. We'd go, or kind of big moments, it was Nordstrom Cafe.
Oh, 100%. And the food is amazing.
Yeah.
This reminds me of my grandma Charlotte, to be exact. And
Aw.
she would always take me here before, like in the summer, before
Right.
school started for school shopping.
Right.
And I looked forward to it every year. We would come downtown. It was like a big deal because I
Yeah.
lived on the east side, and it was like, oh my gosh, my grandma's taking
In the
me
big
out.
city.
Yes, in
Right.
the big city.
Kelly in the big city.
And then we would go and lunch, and we would share some of these favorites that are out here now, which is so
Yeah.
exciting that we get to taste some of our
Yeah.
favorites today.
Well, and the cafes, like, they called them the classic cafes, and they started in about 1980.
oh, wow.
And now they go by a different name, Marketplace. But what's kind of interesting in this store especially, there is food on every floor. So Nordstrom loves food.
I mean, the E-bar,
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
There's so many amazing
Habitat, yeah.
places to eat. And you have a
Yep.
fun story, too, about the soup, right, with your daughter. So tell me about
So this
that.
is the tomato basil soup, which is so popular. And my daughter loved it, Domino loved it so much that I used to put it, you can buy the bottles here.
And I didn't know that
I
you
used
could
to
buy it.
put it in a care package and ship it to her in college. And then not even 5 years ago, she was kind of feeling down about something. So I called up Nordstrom in Virginia and said, hey, can I buy a couple bottles? And they let me buy them. And I said, there's something waiting for you in the cafe. So
Oh my God, Mom of the
tomato
Year.
soup. And you love it, right?
Yes, it makes you feel at home. The crostini is what really does it for me. When there was only one here, I
We
was
were
like,
fighting over that.
Susie, are we going to fight to the death over this crostini? But, you know, dunking that on like a rainy
Yeah.
day, it's the perfect
It is.
thing.
And we're not the only ones, because evidently on DoorDash, it's the number one DoorDashed item from Nordstrom is the tomato soup.
I mean, I
yeah.
100% believe that. And to have a little Nordstrom
Yep.
at your own house. And then we always have to have, cheers, our
Cheers,
crisp
yeah.
DC, our Diet Cokes have to happen at
Yeah.
lunch. Not Pepsi, has to be a
Yep.
Diet Coke, sorry. And we share a favorite
Yes.
entree.
This is the ginger sesame salad, which I think is fun
Yum.
because we both love this, right?
No, this
we can
is
dive
we
in.
gotta dive in and taste test now. My mouth is watering. This one is just always a go-to.
Yep.
The chicken on it, and I do have to say I usually get the salad and the tomato soup. I do both,
And the crostinis.
and the crostini.
And one fun fact, which I love about Nordstrom, the cafes, is you will ask them for the recipe. They will give you every recipe they have.
I didn't.
So-
You know all these fun facts. How
I know.
come I don't know this?
I've been eating here forever. It seems like, does it take you back?
The dressing. The dressing
Love
is
it.
everything, and the mandarin
Right.
oranges. I feel like that's always the
I'm a
ticket,
no
too.
orange girl. Yeah,
You
I
say no
I
oranges?
say give them to Kelly.
Okay, just give
All
me
right.
all of those. Moving right along
Moving
to
on.
their pizza. The margarita pizza
It's
is
delicious.
So good.
You can split it or eat it all yourself.
Choose your own adventure, if you will.
Yeah, I
and then
just
we
love it.
have to move to dessert too, because
okay.
you have some,
You wanna share
some
this?
strong feelings. What is this?
This is the Cookie Royale.
Okay.
Oh, I gave you the biggest
Oh my
piece.
gosh, Susie, thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, I see chocolate chips. I see a lot happening in here. What do you think?
This is so good.
I took a huge bite, so
This is another one where we would often get it to go, this cookie. Yeah. They also had a Nordy bar, which we would get that to go as well.
I've never tried this. This is amazing.
It's good with all the chocolate chips.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and then the last thing, this is really nostalgic for me. Because my girlfriends and I would fight over these. These are the chocolate sticks. When you were leaving, they would give you these little sticks. And sometimes you would even ask for extras. Okay.
This is like, it tastes like the Andes mint. It's
But better.
the perfect thing if you were like, oh no dessert today. But then if they would not give me these, I'd be like, but I want my chocolate sticks. Like, this needs to happen.
You keep talking and I'll just keep eating the sticks.
I used to fight over these with my siblings too. Like, this is everything and more that we needed.
What's it say about me? I used to fight with my girlfriends.
I know, when you said that, I was like, yeah, as kids, we used to fight about it. And you're like, no, women who lunch are fighting.
And Nordstrom makes this chocolate. It's called Makers. It's their chocolate, and
do?
it's so good. You're right. It's so good. Yeah.
Susie, thank you so much for being here and bringing all my favorite things. I feel like now I have some energy and I'm really digging the snacks, so I'm ready to shop and get excited about what's coming for summer. So we'll be right back with more of that.
It's a new day.
Welcome back to New Day Northwest, and this is a special edition in downtown Seattle at the Nordstrom. And with summer coming, we want to talk about summer workwear. And with me to talk more about that is Nordstrom stylist Erica Hanley. And you put a few looks together to get us started, right?
I sure did, yes.
Oh my gosh, and I understand that all of these summer styles too are Nordstrom's namesake brand. Tell me about it.
Yes, so they're Nordstrom namesake or their Open Edit, which is also a Nordstrom brand. And they're all under $200, but they're great elevated basics that'll really complete your warm weather wardrobe.
Everyone's looking for a capsule closet. Like, I hear this all the time.
Yes.
Do you have a lot of people that come to you for
the
that?
time, especially if they travel a lot. They just really want something that like they can pack the minimal amount but have the biggest impact.
I know, and I'm noticing right now already you have stuff that wouldn't wrinkle for traveling,
Correct.
which is so important. So we're gonna get through the looks that you styled, starting with silhouettes first up. So what should be considered here?
Okay, so it's summer, we know it's warm outside, but then you go to the office and it's always freezing cold.
True.
Right?
AC.
So I always say, like, consider silhouettes. You don't necessarily want something that's too tight outside where you like feel like you're hot and claustrophobic maybe, but something that's a little bit more relaxed. So here we have a button up. This is probably something you were wearing as a shirt in the winter time, but now transition it to almost like a third piece. Think of like a blazer. And so it's just relaxed. It's something cozy you can just throw on and go. And then you want something a little more fitted underneath to offset that oversized shape on the outside.
And then what would you do with like a pant with that? Because it's like oversized, tight, like.
Correct. So here we have a cropped jean, which is a really versatile piece. So a lot of times people are like, what shoes am I wearing with my wide leg? What shoe am I doing with my skirt? This jean is a universal length. So you can do a heel, which is what I have it with here. You could do a sandal and you can do a sneaker. And the reason is because the bottom of the hem is never gonna touch the shoe. So you just get a lot of flexibility.
Oh, I love that length because I feel like for short girlies like me, that would actually be a perfect look. Okay, up next to you're talking about fabrics and textures. This power suit, you guys, what?
So pinstriping, beautiful, a little bit of details, and then the juxtaposition with that shiny shirt underneath kind of gives you a little bit of like a dress up feel, but you're still in that summer material. So you get a little bit of play. So we have the linen next to something shiny and it just feels a little bit more visually interesting.
Yeah.
And then of course, sometimes suits can be a little off-putting. We are in Seattle, not everyone needs a suit every day.
True.
So you have some styling options. You can always think of it as separate. So if you wanted to do the pant, by itself, you could add a vest.
Ooh, and you have something like this on right
sure
now.
do. So mine's from Nordstrom's brand, and this is from Open Edit. And again, I don't know if you can see the texture on it,
Yeah.
but it has that weave of like a linen, so it's lightweight.
Right.
But again, just like really visually pretty. next to the stripes. And a nice way to add a block of color.
Definitely. Okay, and if you wanted to swap out the pant then, what would you do with something like that?
Great question. So you could do a blue jean. You could also do a white pant and go for like a more monochromatic moment. Maybe swap that black tank out for a white tank, because we always do black on black in the winter, but you can easily do white on white in those warmer months.
Okay, and then what are you doing for shoes as well with something like this?
So typically if it's a wider leg pant, I like it to be floor skimming. So we're really elongating your shape. Here I have a pointed toe ballet flat, and that's gonna create the illusion of a longer leg.
Okay, pointed toe is your friend for us shorties. Layers, thinking in layers.
Yes.
So what are we talking about for our third look?
So counterintuitive, right? Because it's summer, you're like, why do I need layers?
I know, true. But you mentioned earlier the AC and
You're
going in and out.
Absolutely right.
Okay.
So a lot of my gals keep like cardigans stashed in their desk drawers, but this year I'm encouraging them to think in like lightweight V-necks. So you can do a crew neck underneath, you're getting a little bit of a pop of color, and it's just creating like a nice cohesive look. We have a skirt styled here, but of course if the skirt feels a little limiting, you could always swap it out for a jean, which is everyone's go-to, or you could do a chino.
Oh, that's cute.
Right.
And great to take like day to night too. I feel like both of these
Exactly.
looks you could actually, if you had a date night after work, it's not just your typical boring like workwear. It's very elevated.
Absolutely. And like if you wore this with a sandal, it would feel more day wear. Wear it with a heel, you have that date night.
Yeah. Talk about the skirt too, because the skirt is silky, like the textures are
Yes.
different that you're also doing with this layering
Correct.
as well.
Kind of notice all these tips build on itself. So like we had silhouettes. Again, we're kind of playing into silhouettes here and then kind of tying back to the texture from here. We're doing like lightweight with something silky. So the silky can feel a little bit elevated, sometimes a little inaccessible. So I always like to pair it back to something casual so it feels like it can really take you from day to night.
Perfect. Okay, and then next up, our last look that you have here. I love a
Yes.
baby blue moment.
Right.
Keep it contemporary. What do you
Yes.
mean by this?
So I'm always encouraging people to think in like current silhouettes. So we have a great closet, right? But sometimes it's nice to add a few pieces that make it feel current. So here you'll see there's a lightweight V-neck cardigan underneath. And so she's lightweight, you can wear her outside, it's not gonna be too hot. But instead of like using it as a layering piece like you might here, think of it as a shirt. Because she's light, she's pretty. We're going back to those silhouettes where it's fitted underneath. So you have that oversized blazer, but still nice and slim underneath. Similar to what you're doing. So
I'm on trend. You can say that again. It's okay.
you did great.
You're doing great, sweetie. And then the pop of color with the shoes.
Yes, yeah, it's spring. Everyone wants a little bit of color. And so sometimes if color feels a little bit intimidating, I always recommend start with the shoe.
And a bag, like a statement bag.
Exactly,
That could be
yes.
a moment too.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize too that you guys have free styling appointments.
We
So
sure do.
tell everyone about that too.
You can book us online or in store, and we're here to help you. You tell us your budget and what you're looking for, and we make it happen.
Sometimes styling appointment like it's going to be too expensive, but it's not, right?
No, you set the expectations and we deliver.
Okay, and we talked about jeans. I always
Yes.
want to talk about this, like what jean length, what trend is having a moment right now?
So pretty much anything goes. We're starting to see like a little bit more tapered, think like 90s style mom jeans.
Ooh.
But the wide legs haven't gone anywhere, straight legs aren't going anywhere. It's just kind of a free for all. And it really comes down to your footwear of choice. So if you prefer a heel, a wide leg is gonna look great. If you want versatility, maybe do something a little bit more cropped. If you want something a little fitted, then do something tapered. But that's where styling experts come in to help you.
Like you, which we so enjoy. And I always talk about like a pointed heel to elongate, but you
Yes.
said you can do a flat too, right? So they're
Yes.
having a moment.
Yes, flats are not going anywhere, particularly Mary Jane's. We had that pointed toe heel a lot in the winter, and now we're seeing it transition into a ballet flat.
Oh my gosh. Erica, thank you so much for being here and sharing all of your amazing looks. We so appreciate it. I could talk shopping and fashion forever.
You and me together.
Okay, then we're gonna be here. And when we come back, don't worry, Erica is just joining me upstairs to talk about gift giving for that special person in your life. So make sure you stay with us. Welcome back. We know Nordstrom is the perfect place for fashion and beauty, but it's also a one-stop shop for gift giving for the loved one in your life. And joining me again is Nordstrom stylist Erica.
Hi.
And this is gonna be so fun. So you're gonna walk me through some great ideas for gifts.
Yes, absolutely. It's a one-stop shop. We have it all. And so I'm really excited to share some gifting ideas with you.
Oh, I'm so excited to start off strong. This is for like newlyweds, anyone that has a wedding coming up, and then housewarming gifts,
Correct.
right?
Newlyweds are typically moving in together, they need some new items, and then housewarming's just something that continues throughout your life. So I kind of lump them into one nice little group.
Hey, perfect.
We're gonna start off with personalization. So it's something that Nordstrom offers that really sets us apart. And you can work with our alterations team to either embroider or even add dates to towels or sheets. We have these Boll and Branch sheets, which are super soft and luxe. And then we have these towels from Parachute. And right here, we have an N for Nordstrom, just embroidered, so you get a little sample and a taste of what our personalization can look like.
I would love this in my house. Oh my gosh.
It's just that extra little touch that really makes the gift giver feel like, okay, they really thought about me.
Right.
And sets you apart, which who doesn't want that?
Definitely. Okay, and I see some colorful glassware. What's happening here?
So this is for the people who love to entertain. It's always great to add a pop of color to any tablescape. This is Estelle glassware. It comes in a variety of colors. We have 3 here. These are stemless glasses, but behind you we actually have martini glasses as well.
Okay, and what's over here too?
So this is a wine chiller. So kind of leaning into those people who like to entertain. Typically they don't like to leave the conversation, right? They want to be with their guests. So here, this is something that's going to keep that white wine chilled on those warm summer days when you're outside. You can just have it within like an arm's reach and then refill your glass.
A picnic moment, going to like a concert, something outside. That's
exactly.
great.
You'll just never miss a moment with your guests if you have this chiller with you.
It's sleek too. I like that.
And she comes in a ton of colors too. So something for everyone.
Okay, well, we know I like the rose gold and the pink already. Okay, and then what's down here?
So this is Preston Lane. It's cleaning products like homeware. This is something that I always recommend that I think people overlook because it's something no one would ever buy themselves. But if you gift it, it looks so pretty on the counter. They're gonna use it and be like, it smells so great, and just really appreciate it. I've gotten great feedback whenever this has been gifted.
Okay, I'm gonna add that to my list. I haven't heard of Preston Lane first,
Yes.
but I trust you, Erica,
Yes.
whatever you say.
And variety of fragrances too, that always have like fun names. There's like High Rise and Terrace View. They feel really luxe and cute.
Fabulous. Okay, and then moving on to expecting parents.
Yes.
Little baby wear. We love this. What's happening?
How cute are these little onesies?
Precious.
Again, we're gonna touch base on that personalization. So we have some jelly cats down here. They're really soft and plush. I'll actually let you touch it.
Please.
So you can
This is
feel
like
how
the
yummy.
cutest.
And I have to mention that jelly cats are popular with babies and adults alike.
I was gonna say, I
They're
think I
so
need
nice.
this.
They come in like bigger sizes and they're just really sweet. So if you get one that has like a bunny or maybe has a bigger ear, you can always personalize and do like the baby's initials or maybe love grandma and grandpa, whatever speaks to you.
Oh my
And then
God.
this brand, Bella Tuna, actually has this baby toy too, which has a rattle in the head, teething rings here, and then again, really soft, right?
It is so soft. It's like 3-in-1 too.
Exactly.
You're
And
not just getting a cute stuffed animal, you're getting a teething product, everything.
it does it all. You just need one thing for that stroller, and this is something you can personalize as well.
I love the personalization that you guys are doing. I'm sensing a theme.
You
and
are.
now we're moving to this last little rack here, the moments that matter. So
Correct.
in graduations, other big moments like that.
Anniversaries,
right? Okay.
birthdays. So for the jewelry lover, which I
Me.
see you have some jewelry on, yes.
Who isn't a jewelry lover? That's what I want to know.
No one's ever going to be sad you gave them
Yeah,
jewelry.
no, they're not.
So this is Monica Vinegar, and we can personalize a majority of her pieces. You'll notice that this is a bracelet that has almost like a flat plate on it.
Yes.
And there's also another bracelet that's a little bit bigger. And when you get more space, obviously initials and dates are great, but you can also do phrases, like short phrases, but something that like speaks
Like a quote or something.
Exactly.
Gosh.
And then there's a little locket here, which you can engrave on the inside as
You
well.
can?
Yes.
Oh. And this is having such a moment, like the gold chain. Like I love that simplistic look.
It totally, and like layering that
Yes.
moment, yes. And then it's worth noting that you can get this done in store. So if we sell Monica Vinegar, we have that personalization machine right there, and they can just pull it up and you can look at the graphics and approve it.
One-stop shop, again,
Yeah,
you don't have to leave somewhere to do that. You can do it all there.
That's
These
the goal.
candles are my personal fave. Tell me about what we have here. This is the
Okay.
French lavender.
Yes, it is. Good pickup. So home fragrances, great gift giving, but what I like to do is take it a step further with my clients. So let's ask, what do we know about the person who's receiving a gift? Did they get married? in France. Maybe lavender speaks to them. Maybe they like baking and vanilla is a good fragrance for them as well. Or Mediterranean could be their favorite vacation spot. So again, that gift giving, but that extra level that really makes it feel intentional and like you know them really well.
A thoughtful gift.
Exactly.
And this blanket, softest, like you're on a cloud. Tell me about it.
Isn't it the best? So this is Barefoot Dreams. This is their typical print. It comes in blue, but really there's a wide variety for everyone. They even do baby blankets, and they come in a variety of sizes. Super plush, just something you're gonna wanna snuggle into all year round.
Talk to me as well about the stylists and how they're also just amazing gift-giving experts.
Absolutely. So if you're looking for a little bit more one-on-one help, I recommend booking an appointment online or in store. We also have a stylist chat feature on our app, which is super useful. Basically, we're all here to help.
So easy. Oh my gosh, Erica, thank you so much for showing us all of these amazing gifts. And next up, it wouldn't be New Day without a roundup of hot topics. We have 3 of my favorites that are the most stylish as well, and that's coming up after the break.
It's a new day.
Welcome back to New Day Northwest on this special edition at the flagship store of Nordstrom in downtown Seattle. Before we sign off today, we couldn't have a New Day episode without a Hot Topics panel with some of the most stylish people I know. So joining me today is New Day stylist Darcy Camden, 425 magazine style writer Andrew Hoagie, and of course, the very fashionable and amazing King 5 traffic anchor Shantae Sumter. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, it's like we're at the mothership.
Right, this is so great.
We really are. I want to start too with something that I think could be really funny, especially maybe for you, Shantae, because you get ready in the wee hour, very, very early.
How early? In my soul, my first alarm goes off at 2:15.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
have we had fashion emergencies, anyone? Like during that time, it's dark.
It is dark. A lot of times though, the thing that helps me is I get ready at home versus I know a lot of anchors get ready at the station. So I've, popped some zippers, things of that nature. But because I'm at home, it's a quick fix versus if I was doing it at the station. But one time I did waste something on myself and I had to go get a backup dress. Kelly, all of you have been in the dressing room. You see those little backup dresses. So I don't know whose pink dress it was, but
Shout out to
they saved
them.
me one morning. I'm like, oh, this is my size. Okay, we'll make it work.
I know. I love seeing those in the green room. What about you two? Any fashion emergencies?
Well, to Shantae's point, after years of doing it's always good to have backup options and your kit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I usually always bring a backup and then a backup to a backup, but one time I did have a client who was going to do something, a very important client who was doing a very important thing, and they had a very important outfit, and about an hour before they had to do their thing, they noticed that the sensor was still on their garment. And sorry, Nordstrom, it was a Nordstrom thing, and I called Nordstrom and they gave me a sensor taker offer, and I ran out to the thing and we took it off. And
Okay.
Oh my
okay.
God.
Nordstrom saves the day. We love
it was
that.
like 3, 2, 1, ready, go.
Oh.
The only thing I can think of is I went to a yoga class with my pants like backwards and inside out.
I'm already getting nervous about this story.
And and that's it. And no one told me. Like the entire time, so I did the workout, and I was like, couldn't somebody throughout the whole day that I'm walking around getting a coffee?
The amount of times that I have had my clothes on inside out
It's
or
so
backwards, incountable.
And it's easy to do with gym clothes. So
Yes,
we'll
I got
you get a
ready in
pass.
the
If that's your
dark,
biggest emergency, I think you're doing good, sweetie.
Okay, thank you.
I was thinking it was going another way, so I'm like, okay, we'll take that inside
That's an
out.
average Tuesday for me, so you're doing the same.
What about any fashion splurges, you guys? Is there anything what's your biggest fashion splurge?
Oh, my biggest fashion splurge. I saved up for my 30th birthday. I bought the pink Manolo Blahniks, like the Carrie Bradshaw shoes, but in pink. I did buy them here. And I have never regretted it. I wear them all the time. I wore them on New Year's at the Needle.
Oh my gosh.
I wear them for everything special, and I love them so much. But
I
they
love
were.
when you don't regret it too. It's
No,
it was worth
I've
it.
actually never regretted a splurge.
Absolutely. Well, I have so I have 2. One I bought here for my 30th birthday as well. It's a Saint Laurent black leather tote. I love it. I've always wanted one. I think it's so chic and it goes with everything. And then a couple years before that, there's a designer named Guillermo Bravo, Seattle-based, and I bought his like super cool like festival-ready sneakers, and I just loved it because it was local. I saved up for it, and it fit perfectly.
Shantae, what about you?
I'm not a big fashion splurge person. I'm more of a splurger on experiences. So for my 30th birthday, I did buy myself a nice a Dolce & Gabbana swimsuit. So, and I've only worn it once, so that feels like a waste. So it's like I spent so much money on this swimsuit, and literally I've only worn it one time. So maybe I'll repeat that. But I got an 80-foot yacht. Like it was amazing. Like it was an amazing birthday. So I'm more like an experience splurger, not more of a fashion.
I'm more on your page too, but I did buy a Louis when I actually got this new job because I felt like the next time like I had something to celebrate. I didn't want to wait for someone else to, you know, one day maybe give me something. I'm like, I'm gonna save up, splurge, and that's that. You touched on this a little earlier, special outfits. Bumper Shoot announced its 2025 lineup, festival fashion, dressing up for concerts, the Beyonce concert. Everyone's doing it. Do you guys,
You go to more concerts than me. Yeah.
I feel like you love a dress up moment.
I do love a dress up moment, but it really depends on who it is. Like for Beyonce, I will go all in. Got the boots, I got the sparkle, I got all of it. But a lot of my friends go to concerts. It's just really fun to see them dress for a theme and just, you know, I think festivals are a lot of the time all about fun and personal expression and good energy, and when your outfit reflects that, I think it's just so special. So go for it. Absolutely.
I know you dress up for your Beyonce concert.
I'm probably not going to make it to Cowboy Carter, so I don't know about that yet. But Renaissance, I was ready. Silver, everything. 'Cause I love any moment, any theme, a theme party, any reason to pick out something and put something cute together, I'm all for it.
I love it how artists are sort of giving fashion direction for the show. It's like, come, wear silver. And it gives it sort of helps everyone figure out, okay, what am I gonna wear for this special night? And then it's also the community and everybody's doing it. It's a really cool vibe.
Everybody's on one accord, like, okay, get information, let's go.
Get information. We have to get information now and talk about a little beauty. There's a new collab that I want us to explore. You have it, Darcy.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Crumbles Cookies has teamed up with Dove for a line of beauty washes and deodorant. We have some that we want to sniff. I got confetti cake.
I have vanilla bean cupcake.
I have strawberry crumb cake.
And lemon glaze.
Just smelling like a baked good? Like, is that what you want?
First of all, I'm already getting a headache.
Your armpit does not need to smell like a cookie.
You know, I like wearing men's deodorant. I love like allspice, like
duty proof. Yeah, it goes the distance.
I really like. I'm sorry, Dove. I love Dove. I don't like this, but I do love Dove's regular scent. Like just Dove, classic Dove soap.
Like a clean.
That's what my husband wears, and that's
breath.
like all he wears, and it is the best.
I agree with you. I've worn Dove for like as long as I can remember.
Yeah,
but
let's put the cookies on the shelf.
Let's eat the cookie.
Go ahead.
Moving on to another like cookie bakery moment. In New Jersey, a bakery is not wanting people to wear perfume. They're asking customers that do wear perfume to actually use the drive-through. They say this is because several of their cashiers actually suffer from asthma, and the strong fragrances really make it difficult for them to breathe. So they have a good reason for it. But what do you think? Like, what's your fragrance etiquette?
I do think sometimes some people overdo it. Like I think with any fragrance, you don't have to wash in it now. So I can see why that would be a little challenging. But I don't know. I'm on the fence about this because to say you can't wear perfume at all or you can't go in the store does feel like okay, we're crossing the line. Maybe they should put some partitions up. Perhaps.
Someone once told me that you shouldn't really be able to smell your own. Like other people can smell you, but you get a little bit nose scent blind to your own fragrance when you wear it all the time. So you should barely be able to smell yourself, and then other people will be able to smell you just fine. Or you should be able, they smell you when they get close to you, but not the minute you walk into the room.
I love fragrance, as you know. I it's such a compliment when you're like, you smell so good. With that said, we live in a society with people who have sensitivities, and so we have to be respectful of that. I think a little respect goes a long way, and if it's hard for somebody, then okay, I'll just go through the drive-thru. No big deal.
Right.
I know, that's kind of how I feel, not a big deal, but I don't think I would remember and then get there and be like, oh no, I've already sprayed my signature scent.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm all over the place, like switching like between scents. Does anyone have like
That's
a
true.
particular one that they're obsessed with, or are you also switching it up depending
I
on
change
the
them a
mood?
little bit.
Yeah.
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 But I do want a signature scent. Like
Yes.
I want to like, oh, Shantae was just here. Not like how they were talking about like really, ruining the place. But so I don't know. I'm thinking of right now. I've been really a fan of Burberry Goddess. Ooh, kind of lavender,
okay.
vanilla. Anything with a vanilla note, I can roll with.
Yeah.
Except that.
Vanilla cookie crumb.
That's too much vanilla. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you so much, you guys, for being
Oh,
here. I
thank you
love
for
chatting
having us.
with you all. And thank you to you all for watching today on this special edition of New Day Northwest from Nordstrom's flagship in downtown Seattle. You can watch this entire episode on King 5 Plus as well. So go out, enjoy your new day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
It's a new